the launch of infection control dental assistant scholarship opportunities. How did you and Andy partner to offer this combined scholarship opportunity for dental assistants?
We realized that the DTA had something for the dentist, had something for the hygienist, and nothing for the dental assistant.
In a survey we did, over 80% of dental assistants are responsible for infection control and prevention in their practices, and yet they receive little to no infection control training.
Why infection control?
Our mission is to ensure every dental visit is a safe dental visit for both the patients and their oral health providers.
How many scholarships do you plan to award this year?
The plan is to do 10 a year. Hopefully it'll grow as more people get involved.
Dental assistants, by and large, are also the infection control coordinators within the majority of practices, yet they have little to no training in infection control other than what they learn on the job. We need to help educate dental assistants. And what better way to do it than through a program like this?
The key question is, where do people actually learn more and apply? Dental assistants are often the key to a patient accepting treatment or not. You're a key part of the patient journey, and so is Care Credit, a health and wellness credit card with flexible financing options so patients can pay over time for care they want or need, subject to credit approval. Want to know how to make sure Care Credit is a part of your practice's offerings? Email me at kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com and I'll make sure to help. That's kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com to make sure Care Credit is a part of your practice's offerings. Hey everybody, Kevin Henry, the founder of Dental Assistant Nation, editor-in-chief for drbicuspid.com, and dare I say, a friend of the Dental Trade Alliance. So glad that you've joined us for this important episode of the Dental Assistant Nation podcast, and I'm thrilled to welcome on two friends and colleagues in the industry that have some great news to talk about today for dental assistants. First, I'd like to say hello to Gary Steinberg. Gary, how are you today?
I'm good. Happy to be here. This is exciting.
Hey, before we dive in, just love for our audience, just a little bit more about you, if you don't mind.
So my background, I grew up in the dental industry. I was part of a family business, and it's been a great industry for me. I used to be one of the owners of Crosstex, sold it to a public company. It's now over 20 years ago. And today I am now working on the board of my competitor of 30 years of Medicom, who is always been a dear friend of mine. And I'm happy to do what we're about to do. So
glad to have you on. It's always good to see you, and as well as to see a good friend of mine, Andy Whitehead. Andy, great to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad we're finally doing this. I know we've talked about it for a long time.
We have. There's been a lot of talk. It's getting ready to come to fruition. And before we give the big news, all that good stuff, love for our audience to just know a little bit more about you.
I've been in the dental industry now for a little over 50 years. Spent the last 25 years actually working with Gary. So we've got a long history together. I've served on a number of foundation boards, all right, including the DTA Foundation Board, the ADS Foundation Board. Currently do some work with ADS as the Chief Engagement and Development Officer as we continue to grow the organization.
Thrilled about that. ADS, obviously such a great resource for everybody in the dental practice, especially dental assistants. And what we are talking about today is the launch of infection control dental assistant scholarship opportunities. Thrilled to be a part of this announcement along with the Dental Trade Alliance. You two gentlemen have been such a driving force behind this. And Gary, I've just got to ask you, how did you and Andy partner to offer this combined scholarship opportunity for dental assistants?
it's funny. For the past 2-3 years, I've already been donating to the DTA Foundation, and it's something that I've become passionate with to really always give back. And after talking to Jackie and spending some time, we realized that the DTA had something for the dentist, had something for the hygienist, and nothing for the dental assistant. And as Andy said, we've been friends and colleagues for the past 25, 30 years. And I know Andy started something a couple of years ago for dental assistants, which he came to me and we gave some donations to it. And I thought, what better way than Andy and I coming back together and working on a good project like this? And so that's how this got developed and thought about.
And Andy, I've got to ask you, what was your thought whenever Gary came to you and you all were starting to come up with this idea?
I was absolutely thrilled because what Gary said is true. There really hasn't been much for dental assistants out there in the way of, in the way of assistance or acknowledgement relative to the important role they play, in the dental practice. I spent 7 years in the ADAA Foundation Board, all right,
Mhm.
continuing to raise funds and helping them grow, but realized there was a tremendous need. Through ADS, we did a lot of work and background and found out that in a survey we did, over 80% of dental assistants, okay, are responsible for infection control and prevention in their practices. And yet they receive little to no infection control training. And the thing that really intrigued me was what Gary wanted to do was a scholarship program to help educate dental assistants, but he wanted to focus on infection control. And
Mhm.
that's where I came in when my wife and I started seeding 3 years ago the Andrew Whitehead Scholarship Fund, which was all about infection control.
Andy, while I've got you, I've got to ask you, you mentioned ADS a minute ago. I want to make sure everybody knows that the Association for Dental Safety used to be known as OSAP, now ADS. And what is the mission of ADS and how does this new scholarship really help further that mission in your mind?
So, the Association for Dental Safety, it's a unique and diverse nonprofit association. Our mission is to ensure every dental visit is a safe dental visit for both the patients and their oral health providers. It's also our goal to serve as a one-stop resource for dental infection control, prevention, and safety through education and advocacy. And we believe that safety states and starts with each one of us, and that together we can make safety happen.
A great thing all the way around.
It is.
Yeah, and Gary, why infection control? I've got to ask because I think a lot of people may overlook the important role that infection control plays in the dental practice, as Andy said, in every safe patient visit. So, why was this so important in your mind?
So, like I said before, Andy and I were together at Crosstex, which was an infection control company. And we saw how much education it takes year after year to continue to make the office safe. And it's been a passion of mine, it's been a passion of Andy's, and to tie dental assistants to infection control and give them the realization that it's not just taking care of the patient, but it's also the safety of the patient was
Yeah.
super, super good to do.
While I got you on the hot seat, how many scholarships do you plan to award this year?
The plan is to do 10 a year. Hopefully, it'll grow as more people get involved, but it's going to be 10 a year starting this year.
And Andy, I asked Gary about the importance of infection control. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Why should it really matter in today's dental practice, maybe more than ever?
Well, it has to more than ever. The world we live in today, all right, there's so much going on around infection, if you will, all right? People are talking about it in every facet of life. We see right now, too, the integration of both medical and oral health care. That is definitely something that is coming to fruition. It's been talked about for years, but now it's starting to really have an impact, all right? Dental assistants, by and large, are also the infection control coordinators within their practices, or the majority of practices. Yet they have little to no training in infection control other than what they learn on the job, if you will. All right. When we started this, we used what we created, the Infection Prevention and Control Certificate Program, followed by a certification program. We invested at ADS, working in conjunction with Danby and the Dale Foundation, over $500,000 over 5 years, okay, to develop this infection control certificate program and the certification. All right. And you can't earn the certification without having your certificate in infection control. We know the importance of it, and this is why we created it. Now, what we need to do is put it into practice. We need to help educate dental assistants. All right. And what better way to do it than through a program like this?
Andy, you mentioned those scholarships with ADS, Danby, Dale Foundation. What are some of the impacts maybe that you've seen so far just from what you've already done and hope to continue doing?
Well, I would imagine you're going to ask me too, what have we done? And when we introduced this in 2023, we had a 6-week window for applications. We had over 600 applications. All right. And we awarded 50. All right. Last year, we awarded another 50. This year, we just completed and we've awarded 57 scholarships. All right. And the impact we're having from the people that have taken it, some of the communication I've had from them and we've received at ADS is just like, as they say, it's like a blessing. We can't believe we've got this. We can't believe we've actually been honored to receive this education. It's helped me so much in my practice. And again, working with Danby, the Dale Foundation, American Dental Assistants Association, our goal, okay, is to help elevate the stature of
Yeah.
dental assistants.
Love that. Well, that always touches my heart. And so, Gary, let me kind of flip it a little bit. Why is it important for members of the dental industry to be able to give back like you all are doing with this?
Well, we all know that a lot of us have been very fortunate to be in this industry. It's a cottage industry, but it's a good one. And I know I'm very blessed by being here. I'm happy that I had my time with the Crosstechs. I'm thrilled that I'm now part of a great team at Medicom that focuses also on infection control and focuses also on sterilization and doing it right. But giving back, listen, even whether it's in the dental industry or outside the dental industry, if you're fortunate enough to have had a good life, you should also be fortunate enough to be able to give back. So I highly recommend it. It's something my wife and I fully believe in, and we're glad to be part of this.
So now I'm going to ask you both the same question. And Gary, you're up first. Why is this important? Just talk about your legacy and why is this an important part of it in this, as we look out at the dental landscape?
Well, to me, it was giving back to the dental landscape specifically, but rounding out the DTA's foundation's focus of giving back to people, giving people a chance to get into this industry was great. And from the day I remember Jimmy B standing on stage, okay, selling this concept 20 years ago to where it is today, it's great. And I want to see it move on for the next 5 years. What the guys at Benco have done, what Tim Sullivan has done, now what ADIC has done. As many people as possible should step up where they can. And, these are the people that need it. So we're happy to be part of it.
Andy, same question to you, my friend. Your legacy.
Believe it or not, I started out as an order picker in a small family owned business. One of my mentors, ironically, happened to be Gary's father, Norman. All right. And I was up in Buffalo, New York, and he taught me a lot. And I knew Norman long before I knew Gary. And I look at where I've gone in the industry and what the industry has done for me, has done for my family. All right. And it has been a blessing. So I wasn't one that came from growing up in the business. I somehow got into it and I have been blessed. My family's been blessed. And it's the opportunity to give back, okay? And let them know that the time I've spent here, the time I've spent in the industry, all right, I get a chance to do something to pay it back and pay it forward, which to me is what it's all about. And I have been amazed at the amount of donations that we received when we started this. It exceeded our expectations. And we're doing everything we can now to keep it going. And the fact that Gary and I, separately and now together, actually both had the same thought, that's probably one of the reasons we actually worked so well together over the 25 or 30 years we were together.
Well, I'm excited about this. I have been for a long time. I'm thrilled we are actually announcing this. But the key question is, where do people actually learn more and apply? And for that drum roll, my friend, Andy, it's back to you. Where do they learn more and how do they get going?
They learn more from going to one of two sites, the dtafoundation.org or myads.org.
There you go. We're going to have that in the show notes. It's real easy for you to find. Dental assistants, take advantage of this opportunity. It's such a key thing that is being announced here today. I'm thrilled that I'm a part of it, and the Dental Assistant Nation, Dr. Mike Cuspid, Dental Trade Alliance Foundation, all coming together to make this huge announcement. Gary, Andy, thank you on behalf of all the dental assistants out there for making this a reality. I truly appreciate it.
Good luck with it.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And dental assistants, once again, dtafoundation.org, myads.org. Make sure that you are taking advantage of this opportunity. Again, in the show notes, very easy to find and very easy for you to take that next step in your career for your own benefit and your patients as well. Until next time, it's Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation, signing off. And as always, wishing you nothing but success ahead.